I was 7, and I remember very well. I was around 7 years old, something like that. And I was in the north of France. And during the war, my grandmother, my grandparents' house was occupied by the German. And by that time, the German was in the house, and my grandmother wanted my father, having continued the education of my father. And so she hired a tutor. And this tutor was Jewish, and she knew, of course. My grandmother told us that this man, the tutor, so my grandmother was very old. She was, I don't know, maybe 90, because she was very old. And this guy came, and she told us, because all the family were there, leave the room. I want to be alone with that person. But because I was very curious, I was around like a kid, and I said, grandma. And she said, okay, open the door and leave. And in fact, at that moment, I opened the door. I was alone, in fact, with my grandmother and this person and this man. And I opened the door, and what I felt was unbelievable. So my grandmother, the face of my grandmother changed. The emotion between those two people was unimaginable. So I can still feel it, because I can still have, the picture. And of course I left, because you don't want to stay there. You feel like it doesn't belong to you. The only thing is, when I was little and I listened to this story, I thought, my gosh, how courageous is my grandmother. Yeah. That's crazy, because the German could kill all the kids and all my family. And so the first thing I remember, I said, my gosh, how can, how she did that? I didn't realize at that point, but I think that here I thought how great it is to help others. My grandmother saved lives, and others, because she has other stories, but this story is big. Of course, I didn't decide there that I'm going to save life, because we're not on, and who I am to save life. But I think something in myself resonated and said, oh my gosh, I want to do something for others, just like she did. And I realized that later. So now that I'm a coach and I'm working on your why and who was your hero and where is the connection, because our brain made connection when we were small. And so I think that at that moment, my brain made the connection that helping people give emotion, and helping people is just great. It's just what you have to do in life. And so I think that's why I'm so aligned with what I'm doing today, and why I'm so happy when I see people change their life or change their behavior or be better leader, be the best version of themselves, and help others. Because the leaders today and tomorrow are going much more like coaches than was in the past. So this is it. This is the story of my grandmother.